Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's your buddy Bruce here from Traveling with Bruce. Welcome, everybody. How you doing today? This, I guess, is our last show for April 2025. It's the 28th of April, and next Monday we're into May. Wow. Can you believe 4 months are already gone in the new year? Unbelievable. How you doing? Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a good week and you had an enjoyable weekend. Auntie Jen and I are alive and well here in Rancho Mirage. We're doing all right. We've been enjoying some lovely weather here the last few days. Very beautiful, sunny. Yesterday we only hit like 74 degrees, which was quite pleasant, considering that the sun's angle now is so high. To have a 74-degree high temperature feels much warmer when you're walking in the sunshine because it just beats on you. But yeah, sure beats 95 or 100. It'll warm up as the week goes on. It's okay. I'm not complaining. Hope you're doing okay out there. I was looking for some news to talk to you about, and I found 3 things to mention today, none of which are like earth-shattering cruise news or anything like that. But I have a thought on what I'm going to talk about. So I'll get into a rant in a bit. But welcome all to the show. I've got some trivia for you as well, if you're interested in that. Stick around and we'll do some trivia a little later in the show here. Hello to all of you. Robert, welcome, my good man. Thumbs up number 3 for Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen and all TWBers. And we got the right logo up here today, and I got the right T-shirt on. So it's all good. Thanks, Robert. Stephen Butler, I thought I was number 3 on the like button, but who knows? Maybe 4 or 5. Thank you all for thumbs ups. I appreciate it very much. Ken, hi, Bruce and Jen from Janet and Ken here in Saginaw, Michigan. Right now, it's 75 degrees with potential storms tonight. Gasoline has jumped up to $3.39 a gallon. Good evening, everyone. And I think I'm number 6 thumbs ups, maybe. Sharon is in the house. Number 9 tonight. I'm sorry to have missed last week's show, but we had a really fun time at the movies that night. I've never seen a fight on a cruise ship, but Kevin has. That's the question of the day on my poll question. Have you ever seen a fight in person on a cruise ship? No. Jen and I experienced a spirited discussion once, but without seeing the people. We could hear them. That reminds her that she's going, oh, yeah, that's right. Our first cruise. We were on the ship barely an hour. And we heard a discussion going on in the cabin next door. Well, that stuck with us the whole time. That was back in 2008. Oh my, Ken, 2 weeks to our trip to Seattle to visit our daughter, and then we're going on the NCL Encore to Alaska. 2 weeks to our trip. Fantastic. Kirk Brunson is in the house. Kirk Brunson's YouTube and Facebook channel. How you doing there, buddy? Hi, Bruce and TWB family. Kirk from New York City's here. I'm at work tonight. Rock and roll, buddy. How are you? Robert, I don't know if trivia is going to be something. I don't know what that means. What did he say? Good boy. Correct logo and shirt, he says. That's right. Stephen Butler, we spent 4 days at the Mount Magazine Lodge. The highest point in Arkansas is at Mount Magazine in the Ouachita Mountains, is that how you pronounce that? Or Ouachita? Oh, you actually pronounced it wrong. There he is. Ouachita, not the Ozarks. Cool. Roger Holcomb, I think I'm like number 11 on your thumbs up meter tonight. Thank you, everyone, for these thumbs ups. Kirk Brenson, I never saw a fight, but I almost got into one. Well, you're a rabble rouser. That's probably the problem. Tommy, hi, Bruce from Jacksonville, Florida, where it's 77 Fahrenheit. Welcome, Tommy Eaton, to the show tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight. That's delightful, absolutely delightful weather. Yeah, I guess there were 2 incidents in the last few days that have made media coverage. I guess the first one that involved upwards of 24 people happened in Galveston. I guess a cruise had ended, Carnival Cruise, and as time is going by, more details seem to be filtering out. It sounds like there may have been a spirited discussion or something a few days earlier towards the tail end of the cruise itself on the basketball court on board the ship. And I don't know, who, what, where, and when, but when people were disembarking, the, the quite a number of folks were looking for their bags. Before you go through customs, you have to claim your baggage. They take all the bags off the ship and they have it in a big room, and then you're directed to a certain area of the baggage area for your bags. So it might be the fifth deck, room number, blah, blah, blah. You go over here. And so anyway, there were a bunch of people milling about finding bags. And then they were to make their way, apparently, towards the Homeland Security guys and girls, where you present your passport, you immigrate back into the USA. And 24 of these folks turned out to get into an issue there. There was an issue, and there was a brawl, and it involved upwards of 24. Now, rumor has it that 2 of the 24 were the target of the 22. Does that make sense? It was a 2 against 22 thing. How much the 22 got involved with the 2, I don't know. There might have been 2 or 3 or 4, and the others were just kind of, assisting. Who knows? In any event, this is the worst place you could possibly choose to have a brawl. Right in front of Homeland Security before going through customs. This is the worst possible place you could do that. Cameras everywhere, officers everywhere, with unlimited rights to do whatever they want. It's just the dumbest place. But then again, we're not. I guess what we're not dealing with here are Nobel laureate winners, with master's degrees in communication. So we're dealing here with a crowd that had to settle a score. And anyway, so arrests were made and whatnot. I have no idea where it's going from here. All I wanted to say about it really was, when I hear about another brawl, I instantly think, oh, what Carnival cruise is it this time? Because it just seems to be always on a Carnival cruise. We have these fisticuffs, women against women, men against men, whatever. I've covered brawls on cruise ships for 6 years. I really don't want to cover it anymore because it's just the same old nonsense. I just want to do it. But it just reaffirms my belief in the fact that if Jen and I are going on a cruise, it's not because of price. It's because we can get on a ship, on a cruise line of a caliber that we've been interested in getting on for a deal. But I'm not looking for the $399 super discount cruise, anything like that. No, thank you. So I'm call me snobby, but I want to be. I don't mind being one of the poorest people on a very high demographic cruise ship. I don't think that's a problem for me. I'd welcome that. I'd rather be surrounded by very well-to-do people. And I just happen to get on the ship for a price I couldn't say no to. And I'm very happy to be on my best behavior in the entire time. And it'll be a delightful time. But hey, look, these cruise lines, look at the pressure they're under. Look at Carnival. I mean, they have cruise ships now that are still sailing from the 90s that are slowly being phased out as the new ships come in. They're under unbearable pressure from Wall Street to pay back loans they took, especially during COVID. They're billions of dollars in debt. They have unbearable pressure to deliver results. And they're basically overbooking their ships. They're not sailing at 85, 90% capacity. They're sailing at 105, 110% capacity, which means every area of the ship, no matter where you go, will have people around, and some of which you're not going to enjoy the company of, because that's life. And including areas where maybe younger aged testosterone laced gentlemen are going to offload a little bit of energy, and that includes ping pong tables, a basketball court, any other place where you can do physical type activity just to kind of get something in. And one thing can lead to another, and there you go. What can I say? I am not interested in a cruise ship with 110% capacity. I am not interested in hanging out with testosterone-laced passengers really looking to put on a display of physicality and everything. I am 70 years old this year, and I'm out of that loop. I do not need to show off my gut or my jowls. What can I say? But that's me, and you have your standards, I have mine. Everyone has their budget. Everyone has their ability to take a cruise or not. And whatever cruise line turns you on and whatever class on board the ship turns you on, more power to you. The second story today about an incident on a cruise ship was much worse. It was on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Apparently, there were some people on an elevator, and a couple of passengers joined the people on an elevator, and the certain people in the elevator were basically horsing around and jumping up and down inside a moving elevator, causing the elevator to obviously jiggle and shift and what have you. If you are not involved in the building maintenance business, you have maybe no idea just how expensive elevators are to have and to maintain. But also, if you are a person that's nervous on an elevator, whether you're on your own or with someone else, let alone another bunch of people, you're normally nervous on an elevator, and now people are jumping around trying to make the elevator react. That can't be good. Well, I guess there were words spoken on board the elevator, and there were words spoken back to these individuals, one of which was a male. And when the elevator stopped at the next floor, this couple wanted to exit the elevator, and a few members of the party joined them and proceeded to beat the one individual. And the gentleman was beaten so badly that he was unconscious, woke up in a pool of blood. He was in bad shape. And yes, there were arrests, and this is pretty serious stuff. And this is also just I don't know, can it happen to you and I anywhere? Yeah, it can happen in a building. It can happen in a shopping mall. It can happen on an escalator. It can happen anywhere. Stoplight, trying to cross the street. I don't know. You're walking down a sidewalk and someone bumps into you, whether it's on purpose or not. And one thing leads to another. Well, on board this cruise ship, which is shocking that on board a cruise ship, you would have this kind of assault, physical assault. But it happened, and there were arrests made, and I do not know the condition of the individual, but it's very unfortunate. And this is on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and you don't necessarily think that this can happen. But then again, if the ship is noted for a lot of entertainment options that include physical displays of skill and strength, like you have a rock climbing wall, you have a wave runner, you have roller skating, you have ice skating, you have a lot of water activities, a water slide. You have an action-packed kind of cruise ship with private islands that are designed for burning energy. Will you attract the kind of testosterone that can get out of control that hasn't matured yet? And I guess I'm trying to be as nice as I can about describing perhaps the perpetrators. What can I say? I have to say I'm far more interested in going on a Viking Ocean cruise liner. No one under 18 allowed. No water slides. No rock climbing walls. Average age 60, 65. Call me fickle, but that's my style. I'm not interested on a spring break cruise. No, thank you. I'm not interested in watching or being near a drinking contest type display or anything else. That's just me. You have your priorities, I have mine. Anyway, those are two of the stories that are making the rounds. I have one more I'll get to in a moment. Kevin Chapman, the author himself, is in the house tonight. A good evening, good Monday, Uncle Bruce. 70 degrees and beautiful here in central New Jersey. Peeked into the disco very late on Oasis one night. I saw two guys getting into it. Security arrived in an instant. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable.
You know what they need?
What do they need?
A double takedown.
A double takedown. That's what they need.
That's his latest book.
That's his latest book. They need a double takedown. Roger Holcomb. Hi, Tommy. I live near I-295 and Bay Meadows. Tommy Eaton, I thought going on a cruise was to be fun and relaxing. Fighting isn't fun and definitely not relaxing. I heard they were banned. Yes, they were banned, but damage done, and who knows. Ms. M, hello, everybody. Number 14 on the thumbs up meter. Kirk Brunson, my almost fight was on a Carnival ship. What a surprise! Tommy, I actually live in Maxville, says Tommy Eaton. Kirk Brunson says, hopefully my cruise on Princess won't have fights. Let's hope not. Donnell is in the house. Yeah, you get your son. He's growing up fast. Just give another 3 or 4 inches, another 50, 80 pounds, and he'll be your bodyguard. You'll be fine. Donnell, hi, Bruce, and Chet, and everyone here. I'm number 6 tonight, and I refreshed my laptop as the number was stuck on number 10. Welcome, sir. I see your shirt there on that avatar. It matches this one right here. Welcome, sir, from Cork, Ireland tonight. Stephen Butler, what bothered me most was this seemed to involve a large number of people. It wasn't 1 or 2 people involved in a disagreement. How does this happen? Yeah, so they were riled up, weren't they? Kevin, double takedown indeed. I was amazed at how fast 3 security guards showed up to break up the fight. I didn't recall seeing any such guards on the ship before that moment. They stay out of sight. There you go. In a moment, here they are. Isn't that something? Yeah, I've not witnessed a physical alteration of any kind. But then again, I haven't been on an action-packed cruise where this could have happened. And I'm basically a lover, not a fighter. So, you're not going to get me in something like that, hopefully. JJ is in the house, number 19. Welcome. The third story of the night that I wanted to comment on, pardon me, you may have heard about it on the news today. It sort of broke, I think it broke our time in the morning. It might have happened much earlier because it happened in Spain. It was the story about the power outage. You might have heard about how a good chunk of Spain lost power. Same with Portugal, southern France, Andorra. That's the country between France and Italy. Sections of Italy. There was a serious issue there. And at the beginning of it all, the early reports, nobody knew what caused it. Nobody knew what the problem was. But I bring up this story not because it's a news story and that's all I've got to it. I'm bringing up this story to tell you folks, those of you who are maybe not as experienced as others, and or you're very experienced, but you never thought of this. And it comes to the point where, for an example, my daughter and I, Jennifer Jr. and I, we were on a daddy-daughter holiday back in 2008, and we took a cruise on the Norwegian Jade, which went through the Mediterranean and ended in Barcelona. And we got off the ship at about 8 o'clock. We were one of the first 10% passengers to get off the ship, which we had prearranged because we grabbed a cab, we went to the airport, and we were on a flight to New York City that day. And then we landed in New York, had to scramble through various means of transport to get to Newark Airport 4 hours later to catch a flight to Calgary. So we went from Barcelona to Calgary, Alberta, Canada in one long trip. And we had opportunity after opportunity to miss our flights, to not make the connections, let alone what if we had arrived in Barcelona and the power was out. Talk about a nightmare, because the port operations would have been grossly affected. The ship may have been delayed hours in docking because their systems may have been down. Then the matter of the street lights not working to get out of there by cab, let alone get cabs in there and get us out. Then get to the airport, it's shut down, no power, or unlimited generator power, and scheduled flights canceled left, right, and center. We could have had a power outage in New York, of course, when we landed. We could have had a power outage getting from JFK to Newark International. And, of course, the power outage there. I mean, on and on it goes. For those folks today in Spain and elsewhere, if you are doing a vacation and it's all timed to the last minute to perfection, this is the kind of glitch that can screw up everything, and it can just make life a living hell. Because if you've checked out of a hotel, or were supposed to check out of a hotel and take a ship today to get on a ship, or to take a flight to Barcelona to catch a ship, you wouldn't have been able to fly in. They would have shut down the airport. Talk about a complete disaster. And so I've mentioned it in different ways in the past, where if you're thinking of a cruise and your boss and your employer, you only have so many days off a year, and you're planning a cruise from like a Saturday to a Sunday, and you're going to leave on Friday night to get to where you got to go, or you're going to leave Saturday morning on a flight because the ship, you have till 5 o'clock to get on the ship, and it's a 3-hour flight to get to it, and you figure you're going to land at noon, and you got 4 hours to get to the port. Well, when it works, it works. But when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And you miss the entire cruise. Because if you can't even get on your airplane because it got canceled, you're screwed. This is where sometimes some folks book right to perfection, and something out of left field screws it up. And I would imagine today in Spain, there were millions of organized plans shot to hell today, coming and going. How many people in France and Germany and England and Italy were coming in to do whatever they were going to do, couldn't get in, may still not have arrived. Cruise ships left the port out of Barcelona with many passengers missing. I mean, we're talking a nightmare. So if you're able to, you might be wise, and again, if you're still working, where you have a chat with your boss and you say, look, we've got this cruise of a lifetime that we're trying to book here and trying to put together. Can we work out something where I can get an extra day off before my holidays start and a day off after the holiday is over? Whether I work overtime or I put in some Saturday shifts or whatever the organization is. That way we can leave the day before and we have that extra 24 hours not to miss this maybe trip of a lifetime that might have cost $7,000, $8,000, $10,000. And the same on the way back to be able to get back. If you're a quality employee and you're working for a quality company, there shouldn't be an issue. You should actually have a supervisor who says, we'll do whatever it takes to help you out, because your happiness is our happiness. You're a great employee and you make us way more money than we pay you. We're more than happy to work with you. If you don't have an employer like that, maybe you have to find a job with somebody else, because you're not the problem. It's someone else. Anyway, I mentioned that little story today because what a nightmare that must have been for the train travelers, airplane travelers, cruise ship travelers on the highway and through the streets of wherever, Madrid, Barcelona, Seville, Malaga. The entire country was dark, all of it. So think about restaurants weren't open. 7-Elevens were shut down, the equivalent of 7-Eleven. Gas stations couldn't pump gas. Think about the logistics. No train is running. They're electric. What a way to shut down a country. Unbelievable. Anyway, I thought about that. Tommy Eaton, I'm going on a 9-day cruise on the Carnival Mardi Gras in October. Hopefully, I won't see any fights. And hopefully, Tommy, you won't start any either. So behave yourself. Be well. Kirk Brunson Samuel is definitely taller than me. He's already taller than me. That's why I'm working out in the gym right now. I got to keep up to this kid. Stephen Butler, a brave Sir Robin ran away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. And gallantly he chickened out, bravely taking to his feet. I am with Sir Robin. Brittany, hi Bruce, and sorry I'm late. I could have been a power outage with Brittany. You never know. Like I was just saying, you never know. Robert, Sir Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen, I'm hitting the hay. I had a long day. I'll catch your later tomorrow. I'll try to catch the stock markets with Bruce tomorrow. Robert, you take care, buddy. All the best to you and get a good rest. Thank you all for joining us today from wherever you are. My poll question today is basically, have you ever seen a fight on board a cruise? In person, 26 of you have voted. 92% of you say, nope, have not seen a physical altercation on a cruise ship. No, not at all. 8% say yes. Now it's 7%. Looks like another couple of voters came in. And thank you all for taking the time to find the thumbs up button for me today and hitting that thing. Thank you all very much. We appreciate you for this. 22 thumbs ups have come in already on this show today. And it is much appreciated. Absolutely. I just wanted to check something here. If I can get this to pop up quickly. I'm just taking a quick peek here at basically last week's show, the 21st, 56 thumbs ups, and the week before 59, the week before 60, and the week before 74. Thank you everyone for popping these thumbs ups. It's a small audience these days. I appreciate it. We love you for it. Jen says hello, and we have a visitor coming to the house tomorrow. We're very excited. You can hear her right there. She's saying hello. We got our daughter coming. Jen Jr. is coming in for a few days, so we're looking forward to a little company. And we'll be back in Calgary at the end of the month, so we'll be here next week again. I've got some trivia for you if you're ready for it. We'll round it up here. Give me a moment to put that on mute over there. Let me take a look here at my commentary. Thank you all. Trivia? Ooh, Brittany, all I can say is that I am hanging in there as my husband is now away on his deployment. He's currently super close to his family's house in Texas, yet he's a world away from you. That's true. Auntie Jen, JJ saying hi. Sharon, yay, trivia. That's it right there. All right, well, let's play the first game here of trivia. Let's get the first one in. This first one, I like all of them. There's more than one answer to my trivia questions, and all I ask is that when you want to answer the trivia question, first of all, there's no cheating. Don't be Googling anything. Number two, give me one answer at a time when you can. So if you're going to answer my trivia question, please answer give me one answer at a time. So if you know three answers, just type in one answer, enter another answer, enter. Give everyone a shot at giving me some answers. Lots of room for everybody. Okay, this first question is, can you tell me the names of the movies that Bruce Willis has been in? Can you tell me any Bruce Willis movies? He's done a few. How many, you ask? This quiz, there's 110. So I don't expect you guys to get all 110 answers. But yeah, by all means, give it a shot. Tell me the name of Bruce Willis movies, you know. Brittany says, my man left on Wednesday. Bruce, I wish I could help you come up with some fresh questions. The Story of Us, says Sharon. The Story of Us. There you go. Well, there it is, 1999. The Story of Us. He played Ben Jordan. Tommy, Die Hard. Yes, that was his third movie. He had been in two others. That was 1988. That was his third movie. Sharon is thinking about a movie called Pulp Fiction. Indeed, a Quentin Tarantino movie, 1994. Donnell, what about Armageddon? Wasn't he in the movie Armageddon, 1998? Yep, he sure was. And then Sharon's thinking, well, The Replaceables. Wasn't he in that movie? The Replaceables. I'm going to look for that title. If I knew that in the year, it would help me, but I don't know the name of the year of this movie. The Replaceables. Not, it's not popping up quickly, so I'll keep an eye open for it. Die Hard, something, I don't know what else is going on. Monkeys, something monkeys. I'm not sure what this means. There's more than one Die Hard. There's Die Hard number 2 in 1990, and there was another one, Die Hard with a Vengeance in 1995. I'm not sure. Did he do any more Die Hards after 1995? Yeah, Live Free or Die Hard in 2007, believe it or not. John McClane, you just can't kill John McClane. How about that? I think that's it, though, for the Die Hard franchise. Brittany is thinking, didn't he do Vendetta? Didn't he do that movie called Vendetta? I wouldn't know. If I can find it, I'll do it. But Vendetta, I don't know if he did Vendetta. What's that, Jen? You're not talking to me, are you, Jen? Wrong place, says Brittany. Stephen Butler, the one with Kim Basinger, that was hilarious. Brittany, Wire Room. Did he do a movie called Wire Room? Wire Room. I don't know. I don't know. Wire Room. There's another movie he did called A Good Day to Die Hard in 2013. I mean, how many times does John McClane, stick around? Unbelievable. Wire Room. I can't find it. I'm going to keep looking, though. I'm going all the way through here. Oh, there it is. 2022 Wire Room. Well done. Well done. All right. Last Man Standing, says Jim Thomas. The Last Man Standing. Well, I'm looking for The Last Man Standing. I found one here called The Last Boy Scout. That's 1991. I'll take that off the list. Here we go. 1996. Last Man Standing. He was John Smith. Right on. The Lego Movie. Was he in the Lego Movie? Yes. Lego. He was in the Lego Movie. There's a second part in 2019. Where else was he? He had to have been in the first one. Can't find where's the first one, Bruce? I'm still looking. Is there a number 3 Lego himself? Let's see. Did he do any more? I haven't found any more. He must have been in the first Lego movie. Wouldn't you think? I mean, wouldn't you think he was in the first Lego? Blind Date, a movie called Blind Date. That was his first one ever, 1987. Nice going, Clifford. Bucko, Death Becomes Her. Remember that movie with Goldie Hawn and was it Meryl Streep? Death Becomes Her. I think that's who was in that movie. Am I not mistaken? 1992. He was Ernest Menville. 12 Monkeys. JJ. Someone else had something about monkeys. Something about monkeys. 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys. I'll look for it if I can find it. I got something called 16 Blocks. Just saying, 12 Monkeys. I got 10 Minutes Gone. It's a number in it. But I can't find 12 Monkeys. Nancy Drew. Was he in Nancy Drew? I don't remember a Nancy Drew movie. Is that right? Nancy Drew? Really? Am I? What's happening here? I don't know about a new movie called Nancy Drew. The Sixth Sense. I think that definitely is one of his movies. The Sixth Sense. 12 Monkeys. I found it. 1995. Thank you. The Fifth Element. There's The Sixth Sense. 1999. We got The Fifth Element, The Sixth Sense. We got all kinds of movies. Number of movies. Thanks, Clifford. I cannot think of the name of that movie. You got it though. Brittany. Over the Hedge. Yes. Over the Hedge, one of the great, hilarious movies. The Hedge, Over the Hedge. 2006, he played RJ, the voice. Larry Blake, Color of Night. Color of Night. I'm looking. Color of Night. 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 Not finding it there. Color of Night. Color of Night. Can't find this one. I'll keep looking here. The Verdict. Larry Blake is wondering about a movie called The Verdict. The Verdict. The Verdict. I don't know this movie. The Verdict. I'm looking up. I got Catch 44, by the way. These movies with numbers in it. Red 2. The color of night. The Verdict. Sorry, The Verdict. I'm still looking for The Verdict. The Verdict. Can't find that one either. Look Who's Talking. Oh, he did a bunch of those, didn't he? 1989. Look Who's Talking. 1990. Look Who's Talking 2. He did Mikey, the voice of Mikey. So he did a couple of those. I don't think he did any more of those. He did at least 2 of those. Maybe Mikey Grew Up. The 12th Element. I think we did this one. Sharon, there's now a Broadway musical based on Death Becomes Her, by the way. Brittany on Rugrats Go Wild. Rugrats Go Wild. Well, look at that. I wouldn't be surprised if he had something about Rugrats Go Wild. I'm just not. I found Vendetta, by the way, 2002. Sooner or later, these do come out. I try. Let's see. Rugrats Go Wild. Not finding anything here. Nothing. Expendables, Bruce. Was he in that movie? I believe he was. The Expendables. Let's see here. There's number 2 came out in 2012. So there had to have been another Expendables before the first Expendables. Wouldn't you think it would kind of stand to reason that there would be an Expendables before Expendables number 2? He played Church in the second one. Okay. And I don't have any more characters with the name Church on it. Unbreakable, Bruce? Maybe another movie called Unbreakable? Okay. Yeah, 2000. He played David Dunn in a movie called Unbreakable. How about that? Okay. Extraction. A movie called Extraction. Extraction. I'm looking. Extraction. Yes, 2015. He was someone known as Leonard Turner. Leonard Turner. There you go. Extraction. Expendable 2. Sin City. Sin City. The movie called Sin City. 2005. He was John Hartigan. John Hartigan was his name. Alrighty, in that movie, Sin City. The Prince, a movie called The Prince. The Prince? Really? Yes, in 2014, he played Omar in a movie called The Prince. Vice. Brittany Anderson is thinking a movie called Vice. One-word movie. Vice. Well, I'm looking. We're looking right now. Vice. Nothing yet. If I see it, I'll let you know. Glass. I mean, what are all these one-word movies? Glass, Vice. What's up here? Now, in 2019, he played in a movie called Glass. I found it. Trauma Center, Bruce. A movie called Trauma Center. In 2019, he played Detective Wakes. Yep, Trauma Center. And then, Sharon, I appreciate the fact that while Bruce didn't have the greatest range, he always chose films that featured his talents very well. See, Mr. Willis. Brittany, Apex, the movie Apex, Bruce. 2021, he played in a movie called Apex. See, it's a pile of them here. The second movie he made was called Sunset in 1998. In 1989, he played in a movie called In Country. In 1990, he was in The Bonfire of the Vanities, which I think has Tom Hanks in it too. 91, he was in Mortal Thoughts. 91, Hudson Hawk. 91, Billy Bathgate. I mean, the guy got busy. In 1992, he played in the movie called The Player. Bruce Willis was in The Player. And I'm trying to remember what role he had in the movie The Player. That would have featured the guy who was in Shawshank Redemption. That featured same guy that was in Bull Durham. The Player. Bruce Willis in The Player. There were a lot of actors that were in that movie. I can't remember his role in The Player. 1994, he was in a movie called North. And in 1994, The Color of Night. 1994, The Nobody's Fool. 1996, Beavis and Butthead Do America. 97, The Jackal. 98, Mercury Rising. 98, The Siege. 99, Breakfast of Champions. 2000, The Whole Nine Yards. In 2000, The Kid. 2001, Bandits. 2002, Hearts War. And 2004, Grand Champion. I mean, this guy was busy. 2003, Tears of the Sun. 2003, Rugrats Go Wild. Brittany, was that you with Rugrats? Somebody had Rugrats, and Brittany had it right there. You got it, Brittany. The Whole 10 Yards in 2004, Hostage in 05, Alpha Dog in 07, Lucky Number Slavin in 06, 7, Fast Food Nation in 06, Grindhouse Planet Terror in 07, Perfect Stranger in 07, Assassination of the High School President in 08, What Just Happened in 08, Surrogates in 09, Cop Out in 10, Red in 10, Set Up in 11, Lay the Favorite in 2012, The Cold Light of Day in 2012, Moonrise Kingdom in 2012, Looper, Fire with Fire, all in 2012. In 2013, G.I. Joe Rebellion. 2014, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. 2015, Vice. 2015, Rock with Casbah. Precious Cargo in 16, Marauders in 16. Once Upon a Time in Venice in 2017. First Kill in 2017. In 2018, he was in Acts of Violence, Death Wish, Reprisal, and Airstrike. 2019, Motherless Brooklyn, Between Two Ferns, the movie. In 2020, Survive the Night, Hard Kill, Breach. 2021, Cosmic Sin, Midnight in the Switchgrass, Out of Death, Survive the Game, Hair of the Dog, Deathlock, Fortress, American Siege. That's all in 1 year. In 2022, Gasoline Alley, A Day to Die, Fortress Sniper's Eye, Corrective Measures, White Elephant, Wrong Place, A Detective Knight Rogue, Paradise City, Detective Knight Redemption. That was all in 2022. In his last two movies, Detective Knight Independence in 2023 and Assassin in 2023. Unbelievable work ethic while he was working. That is insanity. Just the wildest of wild. Amazing. All right. That's quite the thing. He wasn't in A Few Good Men. No. All right. Well, there you go. Let's take a look at the thumbs up meter, and let's also take a look at how many answers have we received from our question of the day today. Thank you all for joining us today. Thanks again for participating in the question of the day, and 29 thumbs ups, guys. Thank you for 29. We now have 34 people answering the question of the day. I have seen a fight on a cruise ship in person. 91% say nope. That's 9%. Yes, looks like about 3 of you have witnessed a fight on a cruise ship. The rest have not. How about that? All right. Here's a question with 20 correct answers. Can you tell me the countries of the world? The countries of the world that have the most annual number of rail passengers on it. How many people take the most train rides? What country has the most passengers for rail travel? All right, here we go. SoCal, Boohoo Gal. Hi, Bruce. I show 30 likes on my end. Fantastic. Gonzo, Cruiser, I'll be on a ship at the end of May. Perhaps I'll see a fight then, maybe. Sharon, what about Switzerland, Bruce? Switzerland, they got a great train system. But do they make the cut? They do. Switzerland is actually, looks like around the 16th in the world with about 19.4 19.4 billion rides. That the entire country rides trains. Stephen Butler is thinking Germany along with Sharon. They're thinking Germany. Germany is higher up on the list for sure. Looks like number 6, 82 billion rides. Sharon, United States, the USA, does it have? It does. The United States is number 11 with 27 billion rides a year. Amtrak, especially in the Northeast. Stephen Butler, let's try the United Kingdom along with SoCal Boho Girl. Boho Gal? Let's try UK. I think you got a winner. Number 7. Germany, number 6. United Kingdom, number 7. 59.7 billion rides. Donnell, what about India? I see videos, Bruce, on YouTube where people are piling on these trains, hanging off the sides, hanging off the locomotives. I mean, they're like crawling on these. Yes, India, number 1 in the world for train rides. Now, unofficial, official, how do you count? We're talking about 1 trillion rides. 1 trillion. It's insanity. SoCal, United Kingdom. Sharon, Canada, Bruce. No, Canada does not rank anywhere. Stephen Butler, France. They got a heck of a system there. Yeah, number 5 in the world. Looks like France. China, Sharon is thinking they got to have it. Number 2 in the world. 1 trillion riders, just behind India. Yeah. Brittany, USA. No, Sharon, Japan, Bruce. Yes, number 3 is Japan. Absolutely. France, we've done. Japan, we've done. Spain, España. Sharon is wondering, Spain, yeah, number 12, 22.7 billion. Brittany had Germany. That is a correct answer. Ireland, Bruce. What about Ireland for trail and travel? No, they don't rank high enough. France, we've done. China, we've done. Russia, SoCal. Yeah, Russia, number 1, 2, 3, 4 with 139 billion rides. Russia. Australia, Bruce. Is it possible that Australia makes the list? Doesn't make the top 20. Brittany, Brasilia. Brazil. What about that country? Nope, it doesn't make the list. New Zealand? No, New Zealand doesn't make the list either. How about Indonesia? Donnell is wondering about Indonesia. Yes, sir. It looks like number 15. 20 billion rides a year in Indonesia. Spain, we've done. China, we've done. Japan, we've done. Spain, we've done. Donnell, Poland. Poland is not on the list in the top 20. Italy, Bruce, Italia, number 10, 40 billion rides in Italy. Yes, Larry has India. We've done India. Ken went with Russia. We've done Russia. Donnell went with Italy as well. Brittany, Hungary, the country of Hungary in Europe, not on the list. Chile in South America, Bruce. Nope, Chile does not make it either. Poland didn't make it. Czech Republic. Ken is wondering, what about the Czech Republic? No. Pakistan. Yes, Pakistan number 14 with 20 billion rides. Hungary, no. Turkey. Brittany wonders about the country of Turkey. Nope. Ukraine. Ken, you are correct. Ukraine is number 8. Number 8 in the world at 50 billion. With the war going on, it would have to be obviously in the western part of the country, not the eastern part of the country. Mexico, Sharon is wondering, is Mexico on the list? Nope, Mexico is not on the list. We still need a few more. We need one country in the top 10, and that would be in the Middle East. It's actually located in Africa. This country is located in Africa. I'm looking for a country in Asia, but not Japan and not China. I'm looking for a country in the Middle East. I'm looking for a country that's an island nation off the coast of China. China doesn't like to call this place a country, though. Sharon is thinking Egypt, and you got it. Egypt for Africa, yes. 40 billion rides in Egypt on rail. Egypt, very popular for train rides. Turkey does not make the list. I'm looking for a country in the northern part of Europe. And then I'm looking for a country in deep Asia that is landlocked, not on the coast of any ocean, actually. Singapore? No, not Singapore. I'm looking for an Asian country, and Singapore is an island, and I'm giving you bonus points for that answer, but it's Taiwan. Ken got it. The country, the island of Taiwan, 17.9 billion rides in Taiwan. Finland? No. Norway? Nope. Sweden? Nope. It's next door to Germany and Belgium. If that helps anybody. So it's in the northern part of Europe, but not the Baltics and not way up there. Not as far east as Poland either. A Mideast country that has 70 million people, many of them young, who would be fabulous citizens of the world if only they were allowed to travel in their free will, and only if they didn't have oppressors over top of them, unfortunately. Pakistan, no. Denmark, no. I'm looking for the country right next to Denmark, actually. SoCal, Saudi Arabia, nope. Again, Iran, yes, Iran. The children of Iran, the 30-year-olds and under of Iran, would be huge fans of the West if only they could come to the West. Unfortunately, anyway, UAE, no, UAE doesn't work. So I'm looking now for an Asian country that is very close to Japan, very close to China, and is a very rich country, very well-to-do country. It's a G7 country, G20 for sure. I'm looking for a country in Europe that where Amsterdam is located, and I'm looking for a country in Asia. Starts with the letter K. Landlocked country, former Soviet Union country that would really rather be on its own. We're talking South Korea, Bruce. If you're talking a country in Asia that's well-to-do, yes, it's South Korea. 21 billion rides, 13th in the world for train travel. Yes, South Korea, big time. Yeah, no kidding. Heavy-duty population. I think South Korea has 40 million people in an area that's smaller than Florida. I don't know the exact distance here. Uzbekistan? No. Hong Kong? No. Letter K for Asia country. And where is Amsterdam located? What country is Amsterdam located? Where do they have those windmills? Where do they wear those wooden clog shoes? Does anybody know? It's Kazakhstan, by the way. It's one country I was wanted. And it's the Netherlands for the European country. Not going to torture you anymore on this one. Let's move on to the next one. Donnell has the Netherlands and Azerbaijan and Netherlands from the Super West. Well done, everybody. You're all good. All right, let's move on to the next trivia question. Can you tell me the name of the states in the United States of America that happen to have the most Costco stores? What states in America, the top 12 states in the United States that have the most Costco stores? Fire away. Let me know the top 12 states where you're going to find a Costco. All righty, here we go. Stephen Brutler is coming in here with Oregon. And Oregon is in the top 12. They're number 10. They happen to have 13 Costcos in Oregon. Wow. SoCal is thinking, well, look where I am. California, buddy. Yes, of course. Super West, California as well. Yes, California is the place I want to be. Swimming pools, movie stars. California, number 1 for Costco's. 121 Costco's in California. The second place state has 30. All right. California's all by itself. It is Costco land for sure. Sharon is thinking about Texas, and that's a good guess. Number 3 is Texas. 27 Costco's in Texas. Sharon is then thinking Florida. Yes, number 4, 22. All those Californians and all the folks from the north, they moved down south. They got their Costco's in Florida too. Washington State. Stephen Butler's thinking Washington. Well, that's number 2. That's the home state for Costco. 30 Costco's in Washington. That's where the company was created. And they took over Price Club back in the 80s and formed Costco, the number 1. Number 1. That used to be the number 1 state until they expanded into California and Oregon and Texas and other states. Florida we have, Texas we have, Florida we have. New York State, Sharon, what about New York State? Yes. New York State has 18 Costco's, lots of room to build in New York. I would think Super West has New York. A deep value, New Jersey, deep value the options. What about New Jersey? Yeah. Jersey's got 17, right behind New York State. A lot of New Yorkers come to Jersey to shop. Kirk Brunson, New York. Brittany, Florida. SoCal, New York. Sharon, what about Illinois? Yeah, number 5, Illinois. 19 Costco's. Brittany, Utah, by chance? No. Utah doesn't have anything outside of Salt Lake City. There might be 4 or 5 in Salt Lake City, but that'll be about it. Donnell, Illinois. We've done. A Deep Value, Alabama. No, Alabama doesn't make it. California, yeah. Texas, we've done. Pennsylvania doesn't make it. Pennsylvania is not on the list. Texas is. Virginia, Ken Correca. What about Virginia? 17 in Virginia. Outside of Washington and Richmond, yeah. Brittany Anderson, Washington, and Sharon, Georgia, in the Atlanta area and all that. Not in the top 12. Not in the top 12. Oregon, we've done. I'm looking for a state in the deep Southwest, but not California. Any guesses? And then I'm looking for a state kind of in the middle of America. It's kind of, you look at a map and go, that state is pretty close. Sort of, it's western, but it's kind of close to the middle, actually. And then I'm looking for a state that neighbors Canada in a way, and is surrounded by Great Lakes, quite a number of them, actually. There you go. I need 3 more states. One in the deep southwest of America that is home to a city that is probably now the 4th largest in the United States, and is still growing leaps and bounds because there's lots of room to grow this city out. It is physically a massive place. And the city that I'm thinking of has a football team, a basketball team, a baseball team, but they just lost their hockey team. Their NHL team left last year after trying to make a go of it in the desert for a long, long time, and no one has the state yet. 18 Costco's in this state, and I kind of wonder, are all the Costco's in this state practically in one city? Am I right in assuming? No, probably not. There's a second city that's a fast-growing city as well, that is south of the first city, and it's got a lot of. I'm sure it's got 5 or 6 Costco's. It's a dynamically growing place. Starts with the letter A, in case anyone needs a hint as to what is the name of this state that I'm looking for. Let me scroll up my results because you're probably giving me the answer, and I'm not scrolling up to look at them. It's not Ohio. It's not Tennessee. It's not Pennsylvania. It's not Arkansas. It's not Alaska. No, not North Carolina. Not Tennessee. But it's Arizona. Stephen Butler nailed Arizona. So did SoCal. So did Brittany. You guys have got it. Arizona is number 5 or 6, 18 locations. Nebraska, Missouri, Nevada, no. Minnesota, no. Michigan is the state I'm looking for. Kind of near the Great Lakes, near Canada, Michigan. Minnesota's a neighbor to Canada. So is Michigan, but it's across the lake, the river, and the lake. Michigan has 13 locations. One state left, starts with the letter C. Donnell has it all by himself. Colorado is the state I am looking for. Number 11 with 13 locations. So number 1 is California, 121 Costco's. Then Washington State with 30, 27 for Texas, 22 for Florida, 19 for Illinois, 18 for Arizona and New York, 17 for Jersey and Virginia, and then 13 Costco's. Costco, Colorado, and Michigan round out the top 12. Thank you, everybody, for answering while I was just staring at one answer and I wasn't scrolling up. I'm getting tired. I'm getting old. Okay, here we go. One last quiz, okay? One last time. Thank you all for being with me tonight. One last peek at our results. 42 people have answered the question of the day. Thank you for participating in this quiz. And 36 thumbs ups. Thank you guys very much. 31 people here live. 36 thumbs ups already. This is great. I've seen a fight on a cruise ship live. 12% say yes, I have. 88% say no, I haven't. But 12% out of 42, that's like 5 or 6 of you guys have seen a fight on a cruise ship. Oh my God! All right, here's the last trivia question of the day. Can you tell me? Hang on a minute. I gotta check something else here. Hang on. I just made a little error here. There it is. Edit that. Do that. Give me the scroller. Here we go. Can you tell me the largest cities in America that have 5 letters? The largest cities in America with 5 letters in the name of the city. Now, think about cities in your home state, where you lived, where you grew up, cities you visited. Think about cities. 5 letters. Give me the big ones. Utica. Sharon is thinking Utica. Is that New York? I think that is Utica, New York. It doesn't look like, I don't think Utica makes the list. But Miami, Jim, definitely. It's the number 1 city in America with 5 letters. The actual population of the city of Miami is 453,000. But we know that metropolitan Miami is massive. But I'm talking the city of Miami. It's number 1. Omaha, Nebraska, Bruce. Yes, it's number 2 on the list with 446,000. That's where the Oracle lives, the Oracle of Omaha. Warren Buffett. Donnell, Tampa, Bruce. That's a city that comes to mind. Number 4, 377,000. Donnell, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah. Number 3 city there, Donnell. You got number 3, number 4 right there. Brittany, what about Aspen in Colorado? That's the ski town. It's a town. It's not big enough to rank as one of the biggest cities in America with 5 letters. Okay. I'm looking for cities in Texas, in Idaho, in Ohio, in Arizona, in Oregon, Georgia, North Dakota, Utah. 5 letters, Bruce. Chicago. CH is 1 letter. IC AO with a go in there. You know, isn't that 5 letters? What about Brian, Stephen Butler? Brian, that's not going to work. That's not helping me. Boise, Jim. Yeah, Boise, Idaho. Yeah, the capital city of Idaho. 223,000, number 6 on the list. Boise it is. I'm looking for cities in North Dakota, Utah, Illinois, Texas again, Florida, California, Texas, Michigan, Utah, California, Idaho. What's the state ID? Is that that's Idaho, isn't it? No. Why am I thinking this couldn't be right? Something's not. It could be. I could be wrong. And California. Okay, let's see. Bryan, Texas, home to the Aggies. Bruce, check Bryan, Texas. Look for Bryan, Texas. It's not big enough to make the list. I'm looking for the top 22 here. Fargo. Jim is thinking Fargo. Yes, they did. They called a movie about named the movie after that. Yeah, 120,000. Looks like a top 10 in America. Ken, Flint, Michigan. You said Michigan. Yeah, Flint, Michigan. Absolutely. 97,000. Looks like about number 18 largest. Provo, Utah. Yes, home of, I believe, the Canadian golfer who won the Masters. And his name escapes me right now. Provo, Utah. 116,000 people. Mike Weir, I believe, at one time lived in Provo, Utah. Toledo, 5 letters. T-O-L, that's 1 letter. E-D-O. Toledo. That should work. Thank you, Jim. Reno, 4 letters, but hey, put an apostrophe on it or give an S. Reno's. It's not going to work, Larry. 5 letters long. Texas starts with a P. Ohio starts with an A. Arizona starts with a T. It's a suburb of Phoenix. Sharon, the Osmonds have a connection to Provo too. I think you're right. Oregon starts with an S. Georgia starts with an M. Something Georgia with an M. Illinois with an E. Texas with a T. Jim, you're talking Plano, Texas. Yes, I am. Plano with a P. 286,000 people. Tempe, Arizona, Bruce. That's a suburb of Phoenix. That's correct. 182,000 people in Tempe, Arizona. Plano, Tempe. Salem, Oregon, Bruce. Yes. Number 9 on the list or something like that. Akron, Ohio. Yes. Looks like a top 8 city. Salem, Oregon. Salem something. Salem anything. Salem, Oregon. Yes, we got it. We got Salem. We got Salem, Oregon. Absolutely. I'm looking for a California city with the letter T. California with a C. Utah with an S. As a matter of fact, a Californian, I believe, is a very good friend of this channel, a loyal viewer for years and years and years and years. And she lives, I believe, in this city that has only got 5 letters. And she's in Northern California. And if she's here, she should be typing in that word. I don't know if she's here. That's why I don't see it. But 5 letters starting with the letter C, Northern California. And she is a loyal follower of this channel from the beginning. JJ, Macon, Georgia. Yes, sir. Macon, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What is that? Unica? What the heck is that? Fresno? That's 6 letters, isn't it? Fresno. Yeah, that's not going to help us. Texas with a T. Florida with a D, and it's a name of a boy. California with a V. Texas with an A. Utah with an S, and that's a girl's name or a boy's name, either or. California with a CH, CH beginning. And California with a TR, and that's a boy or girl's name as well. So what do we got? Vaca? No, Chico, Jim Thomas. You got it, Chico. Insider there. Exactly. I was thinking of Miss Emmanuel. Is it Debbie Emmanuel? I was thinking of her hometown. Viejo, California, Bruce. Viejo. Not what I'm thinking of, but there's another city with a letter V. And it's a VI beginning. VI. It starts with a VI in California. In Illinois, it's EL. In Texas, it's TY beginning. Florida, DA. Texas, AL. Utah, SA. In California, TR. JJ is thinking Austin. That's 6 letters. JJ Chico, where it is. Can correct Vista, California. Yes, Vista. That's right. That is a 5-letter city. Visalia, too many. Tyler, Texas, Bruce. I got Tyler. Yes, you've got Tyler, Texas. That's another one right on SoCal. Tyler, Texas. EL in Illinois. DA in Florida. AL in Texas. SA in Utah. And TR in California. Deb is correct. That is correct. Chico, California. Debbie Emmanuel. Thinking of giving you my warmest regards to Miss Emmanuel. Absolute royalty on this channel. One of the originals. In Illinois, it's Elgin, Illinois. In Florida, it's Davie, Florida. In Texas, it's Allen, Texas. Utah, Sandy, Utah. California, it's Tracy, California. Jim Sullen's got it right there. And then Nampa, Nampa in ID. Is that Nampa? It's Idaho. That's Nampa, Idaho. That's what that is. 91,000 people. That's the trivia. We're done. We've done the trivia again. You guys are incredible. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight from wherever you are every week. Appreciate you. Thank you for participating in that and giving us a thumbs up and answering the poll question today. Alamo and Dania, Florida. Seems all kinds of other cities that kind of could qualify. Thank you again for these answers to the poll question. 43 answers, 42%, 12% say out of 43 people, you've seen a fight on board a cruise ship. 88% said never seen one on a cruise ship, Bruce. They are generally, kind of relaxing kind of experiences with really good food and nice entertainment and early bedtimes. 38 thumbs ups today. Thank you so far for the 38 thumbs ups, and keep them coming if you're watching on the rerun. Thank you all. Sharon, thank you for your comment. Thanks for another great show. Have a wonderful week. You too, and to the author himself, and all of you out there. Have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Be well, and join Jen and I next week. We're just gonna visit with our daughter here in a few days, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday night. All the best to all of you and your families. Remember to hug someone you love a little longer next time. You never know when's the last time. Stephen Butler, Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for popping in, you guys. Have a great evening. We'll see you next Monday. Goodbye for now.